Good afternoon, everybody. I was told I was given 10 minutes, so I will try and fit within the 10 minutes. My name is Mei Lee. I'm a partner in a PR and communications agency, and I'm also an EXCO member of Women's Aid organization. However, 7 years ago, for the first time in my career, I became jobless. Not because I didn't have a qualification, not because I wasn't capable, not because I didn't have the right skills, but merely because of one reason, that I was pregnant. It's a long story. I'll try and cut it short. It was a very, very degrading experience. I was told by a female top management that I won't be productive before I deliver a baby, and I won't be able to focus in my job after I deliver. I was literally escorted out of the building by 2 guards, and I had my contract revoked, even though both parties, myself and the company, signed the contract. So I was left hopeless. I didn't know what to do, where to go. I went to the Industrial Relations Office in Shah Alam, and I filed a complaint. I waited, and there were mediation between me and the HR representative of the company. I was offered 10,000 ringgit, and I declined because I was not in the wrong. I decided to continue the fight, and the case went to industrial court. However, the case was thrown out of the court even before any hearing took place. Now, the reason why is because there are 2 remedies in the industrial court. So one is you will be reinstated in your job. 2 is you will be compensated in terms of backdated wages, both of which did not apply to me, because the contract was signed 3 months before I was to report to work. And I found myself pregnant during that time, and I told the company because I didn't want to turn up at work pregnant. So to cut the long story short, I reached out to Awam. I reached out to many, many lawyers in town. And finally, I found Kesavan and Partner, who decided to take up my case pro bono. They are a law firm that actually fights for a lot of human rights cases. And I made a life-changing decision to file a suit in the civil court. So in the 2 years process, there were a lot of work that needed to be done. To cut the long story short, I lost the case. Even though Malaysia ratified the Convention on Elimination Against All Forms of Discrimination Against Women, CEDAW, however, there is no force of law. So I lost the case after 2 years. Actually, when I testified in court 2 years after that, I was pregnant with my 3rd kid, so it's quite an experience. So after 2 long years of battle, financial investment, emotional, so much more, I decided to reach out to Women's Aid organization. I met Sumitra over lunch, told her about my story, and we decided to do something about it. So because I work in a PR agency, so we decided to be Women Aid's organization's PR and communications partner. So together we did a survey, a workplace discrimination survey. We reached out to more than 200 women, and we found out that 40% of women whom we did the survey faced discrimination. So either they lost their job, they got their contracts revoked, they were made redundant, and various other discrimination. There were various findings and statistics, even though it was a dipstick survey, but I think it created a lot of conversations in the media, among lawmakers, among politicians, and a lot of organizations. So together with WAO, we continue the advocacy and the lobbying through various campaigns on pregnancy and workplace discrimination. And I'm happy to say that I think, not sure if it's March, but I think over the next couple of months, the ministry will be tabling in Parliament certain amendments to the Employment Act that will prohibit discrimination against pregnant women at the workplace. So this is really a true effort of the WAO team of advocacy officers, communication officers, and everybody in the community who actually listen to people like me who face discrimination. I even reached out to Nur Fadila, who won the landmark case against the Ministry of Education. So she won the case, but because she was in the public sector, so the Constitution actually protects discrimination for people in the public sector. So for now, we need to look at the private sector. How can we better protect women? So I think to sum up really, number one, reach out to the right people, to the right organization who can help you. Number two, empower women and everyone else around you. And number three, really stand up for your rights. So this is my story. And happy International Women's Day to everybody. Thank you.